Welcome, thanks for being here. Today we're having a quick-fire discussion on data or data. I suppose it depends on which one you want to say, and its impact on our people. Thank you, Jacob Hicks, Account Director for Touchstone across Australia and New Zealand, for being here and facing the gauntlet. Today's business challenge is, how do I use data to keep people safe in my business? So I guess the first question really for you, Jacob, is why is data important for ensuring safety within a business?
Yeah, hi Paul. Thanks for having me. Data plays a vital role, I think, in identifying potential risks and implementing protective measures. By collecting and analysing relevant data, businesses can gain insights into safety trends, identify patterns, and essentially make informed decisions that will hopefully protect their employees, customers, and assets.
Makes a lot of sense. Could you walk us through some practical examples of how a business can use data to enhance safety?
Yeah, let's consider a retail store, for example, there, Paul. By analysing the data from various sources, such as it might be a point of sale system, surveillance, cameras, look, even the social media, businesses can identify potential theft patterns. They can optimise their security measures and or help ensure, hopefully, the safety of both their customers and employees. And I think similarly, if we look into something like a manufacturing industry, data from IoT sensors can provide real-time information about machine performance, as an example, and that allows us to enable predictive maintenance and prevent accidents and ultimately reduce downtime.
Data is one of those things that I think is really amazing for the insights that it can bring to different industries. I've worked with people though who don't get it. They sort of don't understand the concept of how data can work for them. What steps should they take to begin using data effectively for safety?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the first step really is to identify the key safety indicators that are relevant to your business. Ultimately, every organisation is going to be slightly different on this, but once we determine what they are, we can then determine the data points that can provide the insights into the potential risks or hazards. For instance, it might be a construction company, tracking employee training records or near miss incidents. It might be equipment maintenance schedules, and these can be really valuable metrics and ultimately help you make informed decisions.
So once that data is collected, what's the next crucial step?
Ultimately, it's analysis. The data is only as good as the analysis that you give. So this really involves utilising an analytic tool or partnering with an expert that can really help you get some meaningful insights from the information that you've collected. So by examining trends, patterns, correlations, businesses can really identify areas that require attention, excuse me. And make, once again, you'll hear me talk about this a lot, but I really think it's important that you make data-driven decisions rather than just decisions, and then ultimately implement, the appropriate safety measures from the information that you've gained.
So one of the things that pops up a lot these days, because it's always in discussion, is data privacy and security concerns. How can a business ensure safety of their data while using it for safety purposes?
Absolutely. Once again, this is a really critical area and really somewhere where we need to really consider what we're doing here and make sure we're doing things correctly. So businesses really should be ensuring that they have proper data protection measures in place. It might be, strong control access, encryption, regular backups, all the rest of it. But additionally, it's really important now to make sure that you're complying with all the relevant data protection regulations. The government bodies across both Australia and New Zealand are really taking this seriously now. So it's really imperative that you're staying up to date what those regulations are within your government, local government, federal government, and industry as well.
So as we wrap up this episode, do you have any sort of final thoughts or recommendations for our listeners?
Yeah, Paul, I think from my end, really, it's around driving home that utilising data for safety isn't a one-time effort. It's an ongoing process. It's one that requires continuous monitoring, analysis, and adaptation. So once again, the use of technology here allows you to have a quicker process to success. I think so. An example of having workforce or field service team having access to mobile technology is an example. This allows them to report real-time events. There might be a near miss, it might be a breakdown, a hazard, a safety issue. And it really helps ensure the accuracy, reduces your business risk overall, and really adds instant information into your data capture. So businesses should really stay up to date on emerging technologies, and once again, make data-driven safety practices and decisions from there.
That sounds absolutely brilliant. Jacob, thank you very much for joining me again for this episode. People can listen to other episodes as well. Don't download them now. I'll just edit this part out afterwards and it'll be fine. People can listen to other episodes by downloading them now. And if they want to learn more information about what we've been talking about, the Certus website is going to be linked below, as well as your contact details, Jacob, if people want to reach out to you directly, especially if they're interested in implementing some of the stuff that we've talked about today. Thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you on the next one.
Great, thanks, Paul.